If you hear me!
Good evening, everyone. It's Andy Nero, your kayfabe assassin, here with another episode of From the Vault. This week, I'm joined by, of course, the one and only ring historian, Dirty Dave. It's the man of the hour. It's the person who this is all about. You would have noticed also that, like every other video we're doing this week, our humble host is missing. We don't know where he is. He's allegedly over the Middle East somewhere, trying to negotiate some sort of ceasefire or peace deals between Syria and someone. We don't know. More likely he's in Waldringfield somewhere getting pissed. But there we are. Moving on. Dave, it's a big week from the Vault. Let's hear what you've got to say.
Thank you, Andy. And yes, it is quite a big week from the Vault. I hope everybody will be excited and pleased by what I've picked out, because there was so much this week to pick out. People are going to go, can't believe you didn't say that. Can't believe you didn't say that. Well, if you don't like it, stick it in the comments and tell me, and then I'll tell you what I think back. Yeah, that's a fair one. Now, because he's not here, because he's lazy, because he's having a week off, because he's in the toilet, whatever he's doing, I thought I better look at starting this week's From the Vault, and I'm doing it day by day. So, go back a few days. Last From the Vault finished on the 7th of August, so we're going to start on the 8th. No Fraz, but I've got a couple of Frazzy ones for him. One, in 1998, on the 8th of August, WCW held its fantastic, just prestige pay-per-view, Road Wild. Yep, sounds crap, doesn't it? That's because it was. It was a motorcycle convention in the middle of a field where they plonked a ring and expected people to care. And what did they do? They thought, I know, I'll get a celebrity that epitomizes motorcycles. You know, you think of Harley Davidsons, you think of all that, everything that goes with. No, not Meatloaf. No. They got Jay Leno from the Jay Leno Tonight Show. That's right. This is Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff in a tag match against Diamond Dallas Page and Jay Leno. Okay, so before anybody complains about Jelly Roly Poly or anyone else, this is what we had. Peak Monday Night Wars, the summer of 1998. We had WCW giving us Jay Leno.
Wowzers.
But that's not all. This is another one for Fraz. Lord Alfraz Hayes, as his twin, as his alter ego, brother from a different mother maybe, and quite possibly a different father, well, without question. Lord Alfred Hayes was born on the 8th of August in 1928. And another birthday for you on the 8th of August is Shayna Baszler, was born in 1980. So, and I know last week I didn't give Sable's year of birth because I thought that was rude, but sod it, equal equalities and all that now. If you're old, you're old, I'm going to tell you. So there you go. So that's the 8th. Moving on to the 9th. And don't worry, Andy, I know I started with Raz, but I've got some real gems for you later, so it's all cool. We're going to roll all the way back to 1980. We're going to go to New York. We're going to go to Shea Stadium. This is where the WWF held an annual event for 3 years. This is the big one. This was the last event at Shea Stadium. 37,000 people. Absolutely massive. The main event is Bruno Sammartino versus Larry Zbyszko in a steel cage match. But what people might not remember is that actually a heel Hulk Hogan, that's right, a heel Hulk Hogan with his manager Classy Freddie Blassie took on a face Andre the Giant and actually slammed Andre in that match, as Hogan did multiple times long before WrestleMania 3. But it doesn't matter. We love being told different things in wrestling, and we love believing it, and it's all cool. It's a different generation. I mean, it's only 7 years difference. God, can you imagine now? Can you imagine, like, WrestleMania 37, WWF telling you that at WrestleMania 30 something didn't happen?
Yeah.
And we've got to swallow that. How times have changed. And then we're going to fast forward. We're going to fast forward to a Y2K problem. No. A Y2J problem, that's right. The millennium struck on Monday Night Raw in Chicago, Illinois, and on the 9th of August 1999, Chris Jericho debuts one of the loudest pops in the history of wrestling as he interrupts The Rock. The countdown, blah, 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 bang, fireworks, Jericho on the screen. Out he comes with his ponytail sticking out and his beard and a little thingamabob, and he proclaimed that Raw was Jericho, and indeed it was. At least for a week, and then after that he sort of went down the toilet for a little bit, and then it took him a little while to come back up.
Well, didn't he get buried in that exact moment by The Rock? Like, he literally gets buried on that night by The Rock. Like, he's even said, I think, in his book that he hated that because it made him look like a complete tool the very first night he was in the business. But obviously he loved the pop, so...
I suppose it does, but your very first interaction in WWE is to go in there with the second biggest star that they've got.
True.
I'd take the rough with the smooth.
Yeah.
I'd take the rough with the
fair.
smooth.
Probably fair.
And birthdays. Everybody's favourite women's tag team champion. No, not Charlotte Flair. So that's a complete lie. Everybody's second favourite WWE women's tag team champion, Alexa Bliss, was born in 1991.
Just let that. Well young.
Just let that sink in. Moving on to the 10th of August. Now, I know a couple of weeks ago I did a Hulk Hogan tribute sort of show because he passed away. Actually, what's really scary is this week in wrestling seems to be quite a big Hogan week. So I've tried to be cherry pick, but actually 1976, on the 10th of August, Hulk Hogan's first professional wrestling match took place. I just thought that was probably worth mentioning. So we've already had a Hogan WCW incident. We've also already had a heel Hogan versus Andre incident. But actually, we also had his first professional match.
And he was still bald.
I think he was. Yeah. Yeah.
But
here's one for you, Andy. I promised. I can't leave you going too long. So here's one for you. It's from 2008. It's TNA Hard Justice. It is a steel cage weapons match, which is a bit of a take on the Lions Den weapons match from '99. But this is Samoa Joe finally defeating Booker T to win the TNA Championship, World Championship. Do you remember that?
No. I'm trying to think. 2008 TNA. That might have been Main Event Mafia, but I don't think Booker T was ever the champion. Booker T was never world champion, was he? I think he was grand champion.
I read it, it said Booker T. I mean, I don't know, I don't watch TNA. I just put that one in for you. If you people think, I mean, let's Google, but I'm pretty sure that's what I read. Unless they had someone else called Booker and I didn't read their surname.
So, Booker came out when they had the Main Event Mafia, which was Booker, Sting, Kurt, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, and some others. And he came out with what I think they called the Grand Slam champion or something like that. It was like a secondary belt, but it wasn't. It was like something between the X Division title and the world title. And Booker held that title. It was like a reddy colour. It was quite a nice belt, to be honest with you. And I'm pretty sure that match would have been because Booker never actually held the TNA World Championship, so I think it would have been for that one.
Well, I've just Wikipedia'd it. I've just Wikipedia'd it, and Wikipedia might not be true, but it's Samoa Joe defeated Booker T with Sharmell in a weaponised 6 sides of steel cage match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship in 12 minutes 44 seconds. Maybe the title was vacant. Maybe the title was vacant.
Maybe, but when the hell did Booker win the world title?
I don't know, mate. I'm not going to read everything because it's TNA, but it's
I watched TNA a lot in those years. I do not remember him being world champion at all.
So maybe it was.
I mean, I'm digressing and I'm stealing your bit, but
yeah. Well, anyway, like, subscribe, add comments, and next week on From the Vault, Andy's got a week to find out what the hell happened in 2008. But anyway, so yeah, on the 10th of August, we've finished the 10th, and this one's another one for Fraz. Not that you won't like it as well, but everybody's favourite Puerto Rican, Savio Vega, was born in 1966. That's right, Not just England winning the World Cup, this was a crucial year for Puerto Rico as well, because Savio Vega, or Quang, was born in 1966. And another fantastic birthday for us Brits, Bad News Barrett was born in 1980. He's only just older than me.
I thought you were going to say that he was born in 1966. I thought, fucking hell, there's no way Wade Barrett and Savio Vega are the same age.
I don't know. He's grey. 11th. We go to the 11th of August, and where we have a bit of a SummerSlam thing in 2019. The Fiend debuted as The Fiend. So Bray debuted his new character, The Fiend, at SummerSlam and defeated Finn Balor. In 1997, on Raw, this was 2 weeks after SummerSlam, HBK had his first singles match in quite a long time, because he'd come back from his knee injury after having his little boo-boo cry face back in February. Lost his smile, and he took on Mankind in the main event of Raw. But this is really synonymous with the fact that not only did Triple H and Chyna come out and help Shawn Michaels win the match, but also Shawn Michaels' insurance policy, ravishing Rick Rude. He returned to the WWF. Of course, within a couple of weeks, these guys would be a proper group called DX. It wouldn't last with Rick Rude for long, because 3 months later he would leave and go to WCW and join the NWO, but it's still pretty cool. We're starting to see that shift. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the posh guy who's just won the King of the Ring, is starting to wear t-shirts and jeans and getting involved with a cocky Shawn Michaels. So yeah, attitude is starting. And I hate to say it again, but I can't. Not factual evidence is factual evidence. Hulk Hogan was born on the 11th of August, 1953. This is, you can't write this. Like, 2 weeks after he dies, he's got like possibly one of the most important weeks in wrestling history.
Yes.
So
It's Hogan Week Part 2.
But I need to go back to that Raw from 1997, because my bad, I've got a little bit excited. Also, on this fantastic episode of Raw, Rocky Maivia returns from a knee injury. But he doesn't return as Rocky Maivia. He returns and joins the Nation and becomes a heel, becomes The Rock, cuts a great promo, and the rest, as they say, is history. And also, here's a bit of an indie one. It's indie before indie was cool. Smoky Mountain Wrestling in 1995, run by Jim Cornette. It's going down the pan, bless it. But 1995 was one of the worst years for wrestling, as we all know, so it's not really his fault. But the last ever Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team Champions were crowned on the 11th of August in 1995. And of course, who else could it be but the Heavenly Bodies? The Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey, Dr. Tom Pritchard. They were Smoky Mountain Wrestling mainstays and former NWA Tag Team Champions as well. And of course, they did have a really good tag match with the Steiners in 1993 at SummerSlam. So, yep. And Tom Pritchard is obviously the brother of Bruce Pritchard, but we don't hold that against him, because Tom's actually an okay guy. The 12th of August. This is crucial, and this is big. Kurt Hennig and the Blue Blazer debut for the WWF in 1988 on this day. No, he's not perfect yet. He's just called Mr. Well, I messed that up. He's not perfect yet. He's just called Kurt Hennig, Kurt with a C, and he's quite slim. He's 238 pounds. So over the next few months, he'd bulk up to 250, and he'd go from wearing the pants to his singletty thing. So yeah, within about 6 months, that transition would happen. And of course, the Blue Blazers, Owen Hart. So this was Owen Hart's debut in WWE. Didn't last long. Got injured multiple times. Bit of a bad run, but he was there for just over a year before he went back to Europe and Japan. So yeah, interesting that they both debuted on the same TV taping on the same day. In 2002, we had an interesting match on Raw. It's The Rock, the American Badass, Booker T, and he was definitely there. I've checked this. Goldust, what a fantastic team, taking on the Un-Americans, Lance Storm, Christian, Test, and William Regal.
2002? I'm trying to figure out if that's the lead up to SummerSlam. That is the lead up. So Taker's just lost the title. He's already amidst the face turn.
Rock's the champ. Yeah. Brock, I can't remember. Brock beat someone on that night. This was the night that The Rock had done a promo, and as The Rock was walking back up the ramp, Brock's music cut him off, and Brock and
Oh.
Heyman just walk straight past him and don't even acknowledge him and get ready for their match. So yeah, but this was all about, obviously Austin had gone, and this was all about getting the ratings high. So they put The Rock in like every main event of Raw, even if it had nothing to do with Brock Lesnar. Really, their feud for SummerSlam, they didn't really interact. The Rock fought
No, it
like
was like,
Ric Flair, Eddie
yeah.
Guerrero. He was in this match, and then they had a face-to-face. So
On the SmackDown, it was like 2 SmackDowns before SummerSlam. They saw each
exactly,
other.
yeah. So it's a weird one. It's a weird one, but a strange 8-man tag.
I remember the promo he had with Eddie before their match. Oh, it's
So
absolute
good.
gold.
So good.
It's
Yeah, it
the
was
only
really,
time they actually fought as well.
and a great match. Yeah, and a great match.
Phenomenal match.
Here's another one for you, Andy. In 2006, and you may need to correct me again because I had to Google this one, but Ring of Honor, we're in Liverpool, and it's Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson, or whatever his name was at that point in time. And it was some sort of title unification match, but I'm not sure what their titles were called at the time. But yeah, so a massive, massive match. And of course, if you don't know who Nigel McGuinness was, WWE people might know him as an ex-commentator from NXT, but of course he was a fantastic wrestler. Is he medically cleared now? Did he have that match in AEW?
Yes
in the
and
end?
no. I think he ended up having a match with Bryan Danielson, believe it or not,
Yeah, well,
or
that
he
makes
was
sense.
building towards it because they wanted to have. He always wanted to have the match against Danielson because
That's
famously he never beat Danielson.
Oh well, that spoils that.
But
then.
but yeah, I don't actually know if I know he had a match a couple of weeks ago, so I think he's cleared, but he's not. It's like he has to. He's on that Sting level of cleared, if you know what I mean. Like he's cleared, but he's not. He should be taking bumps, no shots to the head, keep everything nice and clean and nice and smooth and soft for him. So yeah,
Well, someone
I don't think he
who's
takes many bumps.
Someone who's definitely not cleared to wrestle anymore is the man they call Vader. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, that's why. But in 2016, he fought his last ever match. That was against, you're never going to believe this. Just try and guess.
Vader 2016. Are we talking like a classic, like old school type match, or just like a random new kind of match?
Totally random.
I'm going to say Chris Masters.
Close. Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay faced Vader in Vader's last match. That's
I'm going to say,
a weird one.
Do you know what? I'm not going to give you. I'm not going to give anyone any more information. You lot can all go and Google that,
I'm
and
gonna
find
go and
because I'm telling you now, it's true. But I'm not going to. It's damn true. But I'm not going to tell you anything else. With that in mind, on the 12th of August, the Red Rooster, Terry Taylor, was born in 1952, and the coach, everybody's favourite coach, Jonathan Coachman, yeah, the coach, was born in 1972 as well. Unfortunately, though, on the 13th of August, not the best day for wrestling. In 2007, Crush, Bryan Adams, passed away. In 2010, Lance Cade passed away. And in 2018, Jim the Anvil Neidhart passed away. It's one of the biggest days for people passing away, so that's not great. But we say that, and again, another one that Andy's going to love, 2001, it's Austin coming out on Monday Night Raw, rallying the troops, doing the big address to the Alliance in their build-up to SummerSlam. And of course, a classic WWF tag match versus WCW and ECW. It's the WWF team of The Rock and Chris Jericho versus Booker T and Rhino in the main event of Raw. So deep in the invasion angle, Austin rallying the troops, starting to really show his paranoia and the fact that he knows he can't beat Kurt Angle at SummerSlam. And he's already starting to blame the Alliance and try and... what's that when you manipulate? Well, yeah, manipulate them. Gaslight and manipulate, exactly. But yeah, I thought you'd like that, so go back and watch that. It's a really fun Raw, actually. And in 1970, on that day, Spike Dudley was born.
Little Spike Dudley.
And the last of our days, we've reached the 14th of August. That's my week. Not a great deal to say. It's a bit of a sad one to end on, so I'll try and keep it as posh as possible. If I told you in 2011 Kevin Nash got a text message, would you know what I'm talking about?
I think CM Punk got a text message at the same time, didn't he?
CM Punk got a much better text message from his sister. I used to know that word for word, but I can't remember. But yeah, basically killed Kevin Nash on the mic.
OMG, Kevin Nash, WTF, thought he was dead.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. So a great segment from Raw after. I think that's after. Yes, after SummerSlam.
After
Punk lost the
SummerSlam,
title, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got a text and I was told to be. Anyway, yeah. So the rest of the Raw is just don't need to worry about it because it will forever be the Kevin Nash text Raw episode. But in terms of birthdays, some really significant ones though. 6-year title reign. He's a 2-time WWF champion. It's Bob Backlund, who was born in 1949. Kofi Kingston, whether this is the Jamaican version or the American version, I'm not entirely sure, but he was born in 1981. And Mr. Wrestling, we know him from the great tag team of DIY. Can you guess who it is?
Johnny Gargano.
It is Johnny Gargano. Wait for this. He was born in 1987.
Same age as me. Well, he's
there
5 months older than me, but 4 months older than me, but yeah.
Well, there you go.
Look
So
how different our lives are.
It's quite an Andy-driven From the Vault this week. So there you go, guys. 2 pages of From the Vaults this week. I will try and trim it down.
Beautiful.
And an inadvertent tribute to Hulk Hogan. I'm sorry if people didn't like that, but I couldn't. Facts were facts.
Facts
So there
is
you go.
Facts. Well, there you go. That ends our trip through the vault with Mr. Dave. Thank you so much for that, David. That was really interesting, mate. I actually really enjoyed that. So, yes, I'm going to go back and I'm going to go and figure out what the fuck Booker T was doing with the world title in TNA in 2006. That's really annoyed me. I have no idea. But yes, please do.
And Vader. Find Vader.
And Vader. Yeah, I need to see Vader and Ospreay. What the hell was Ospreay doing? That must have been for like WCPW or something, mate. Man.
2016.
Yes, anyway.
That's all I know.
Madness. Well, anyway, yes, thanks very much for that, Davey. Next week we'll have our humble host back, Mr. Farid. But yeah, until then, everyone, take very great care of yourselves and we'll see you again.